हमारी बहनों बेटियों का वही आक्रोश ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के रूप में पूरी दुनिया ने देखा है, अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है।
करारा जवाब समग्र भारत की जनता की ओर से कि सैकड़ों की संख्या में आतंकवादी हताहत हुए। हमने तो हमला आतंकवादियों पर करा था। रिहायशी इलाकों पर, गुरुद्वारों पर, मंदिरों पर, मदरसों पर गोलीबारी करने का काम पाकिस्तान ने किया।
अगर ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में भारतीय नौसेना अपनी फार्म में आई होती तो पाकिस्तान के 4 टुकड़े हो जाते। हाफिज सईद और मसूद अजहर जैसे आतंकवादियों को भारत के हाथों में सौंपने से करनी चाहिए।
भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
Hello and welcome. You're watching the national debate and I'm Swati Joshi. The action on the battlefield may be over, but now an all-out war of narratives has begun. India has sent 7 all-party delegations on a mission to expose Pakistan for their open support to terror. But back home, a different war of narratives is playing out. Because on one hand, you have the government that is celebrating success of Operation Sindoor. On the other, you have some leaders in the opposition who believe that the government just did not do enough. It started with the opposition targeting government for the ceasefire, what they claim was at the behest of United States. The Congress accused Jaishankar of acting as an informant. Their chief minister in Telangana says the government must first speak on how many Rafale jets India lost. But not just the government, even their own MPs weren't spared. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has been in the firing line of the Congress party for his India First stand. But then the Congress even took it a step further when Jairam Ramesh went on to compare the all-party delegation MPs to terrorists. In one breath, he said, Aatangwadi bhi ghoom rahe hain, Sansad bhi ghoom rahe hain. And this makes one wonder, does putting the nation above politics irk some in the opposition? And is there an attempt to make Operation Sindoor appear to be a failure only to portray the NDA government in bad light? Let's remind you about some of the comments that were made earlier this week before we open up the debate.
మోడీ గారు తెచ్చిన రాఫెల్ యుద్ధ విమానాలు మన పాకిస్తాన్ కూల్చింది. ఎన్ని కూల్చిందో రాఫెల్ గురించి చెప్పమంటే ఈ రోజు చర్చ లేదు.
आतंकवादी तो शायद बीजेपी में प्रवेश किया होगा, इसलिए पकड़े नहीं जाते। वो जो 6 आतंकवादी है पहलगांव वाले, वो इसलिए पकड़े नहीं जाते कि शायद वो एक दिन आपको बीजेपी कार्यालय से प्रेस नोट आ जाएगी, वो 6 लोगों ने बीजेपी में प्रवेश किया है, तो आप भूल जाइए सब।
ये जो पहलगाम के आतंकवादी हैं, उन्होंने 4 आतंकी हमले कराए हैं 18 महीने में। आज यहाँ वहां घूम रहे हैं, हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहां घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहां घूम रहे हैं।
অপারেশন সিন্দুর নামটা দিয়েছিলেন পলিটিক্যালি এটাকে ক্যাচ করবার জন্য। তাও আমি এটা নিয়ে কোনো মন্তব্যে এখনই যাব না। Our representative Abhishek Banerjee is also in the team and he is shouting his voice every day against the terror, against the terrorism.
I don't work for the government, as you know. I work for an opposition party.
I'm a vocal member of the opposition.
Yes, we have our political differences, but when it comes to the integrity of our country, it is high time that the neighboring country understand
that India stands united against terrorism.
हम अलग पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज की हो सकते हैं, लेकिन जब देश की बात है, हम सब एक हैं।
We are from different parts of India, north, south, east, west. We have different mother tongues. And out of the 8 of us, we represent 5 different religions. Yet we are one India.
India is indeed united.
Complete support extended, not only by the Congress party, but the entire Indian opposition, all the political parties.
Pakistan unfortunately figures as the prima donna of states that are directly complicit in the export of terror.
Terrorism has become an economic industry for Pakistan to hold the world to account.
India will not watch terrorism. We will not accept terrorist acts.
If they hit us again, they're going to get it back. No act of terrorism goes unpunished.
Now, there's a long list of statements that have been made by the opposition leaders criticizing the Modi government, saying the government has not done enough. Let's take a look at some excerpts. Now, the latest, of course, has come in from the Chief Minister of Telangana. He says, how many Rafales destroyed? Remember, the armed forces haven't spoken anything about it. Many wondering, where is Mr. Revanth Reddy getting this information from? And then you had Mr. Jairam Ramesh, who made that statement, terrorists and MPs are roaming, Atangwadi bhi ghoom rahe hain, Sansad bhi ghoom rahe hain. Then a statement from Mr. Pawan Kheda, who went on to the extent of saying Mr. Jaishankar, the Foreign Affairs Minister, acted like an informant in the press briefing. Then insult number 4 coming in from Mr. Khadge, who called Operation Sindoor just a chutput war. So the precision strikes were just a chutput war, according to the Congress president. Reaction, and everyone saw that video, in fact, of Ajay Rai showing the Rafale. This is that image, Rafale toy with Nimbu Mirchi. These statements makes one wonder, is the opposition not giving fodder to Pakistan? Let me open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have Yash Chaudhary, political analyst, Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist on the broadcast, advocate Nikhil Jain, also a political analyst, Vivek Silas, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Professor Akhil Swami, political analyst as well. Let me begin with you, Nikhil Jain. Where is Revanth Reddy getting all this information from? Because the armed forces hasn't spoken about anything of that sort. Number 2, Revanth Reddy saying that had Rahul Gandhi been the Prime Minister, or if Rahul Gandhi becomes the Prime Minister, he'll do this and he'll do that. But nobody is stopping Rahul Gandhi from becoming the Prime Minister. The Congress party needs to get more than 99 seats for Rahul Gandhi to become the Prime Minister. And isn't this sycophancy? So if Rahul Gandhi becomes the Prime Minister, things will change. The armed forces have clearly no role to play.
Swati, first of all, whenever any political party wants to hold the government to dock, it's a very standard rhetoric for them to say कि अगर हम सरकार में होते तो ये होता. Had we been in government, had it been our Prime Minister Modi used to do the same thing when it was a UPA government before 2014. So I'm not going to pay much heed to that. So far as the point about where is Revanth Reddy getting the information on the downing of the Rafale, first of all, he's not saying a Rafale has been downed. He's asking the government, the Congress party is asking the government whether any of our jets, including Rafales, have been downed. The country needs to know. We must know so that we have a better defense policy and foreign policy, and that is substantiated by multiple reports across international media. Now my BJP spokesperson friend is going to claim, though the international media doesn't matter, everybody is against us, but it does. That is the reason we have all-party delegation MPs meeting international press, international leaders, because we want to take the international community along. There is a well-publicized report in the CNN where they quote a source from Dassault who says that at least one Rafale jet has been downed. Whether that's correct or not, we want clarity from the Indian government. And when the same point-blank question was asked in the conference that was being held by the DGMO, the answer given was that in a war you will have losses, but that's all right, we have met our objective. So there is no denial by the military. What the opposition is asking of the government is to be clear. There are no questions being raised on the military. In fact, the people who are now claiming that military pe sawal nahi uthana chahiye or national security ke muddon pe baat nahi karni chahiye, they are the same people
on the armed forces. But do not forget about it. And I just gave you some excerpts of what Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge said. He's calling it a chutput war.
Let me respond to that.
One second, a chutput war. Then you had a Congress neta from down south saying 4-5 jets gaye or वापस आ गए, that they have achieved nothing. Some in the opposition have said that we failed. Operation Sindoor is a complete failure. So are you not putting a question mark on the armed forces at the same time saying we stand with the government and with the forces? That's hypocrisy.
No, Swati, so if you are going to pick up statements from stray leaders or leaders who are not representing the party leadership, you will find n number of statements from n number of parties which are deeply... No, I'm not on Kharge's statement. I'm on the 4-5 other neta that you're talking about. Let me just respond to it. So if you pick up statements by random leaders, you're going to put every party in a dock.
But Mallikarjun Kharge is not random, Nikhil Jain.
I am responding to Kharge. Before Kharge, let me respond to the others, because we also have Vijay Shah from the BJP, a minister in Madhya Pradesh, who says Colonel Sofia Qureshi to Atangwadiyon ki behan hai. Does the Prime Minister believe so? I don't think so. Does the BJP's party leadership believe so? I don't think so. So I'm not going to pick up straight statements from random Congress leaders so far as Kharge's statement is concerned. First of all, let's all realize Mallikarjun Kharge is a Kannadiga. Hindi is not his native language. What he has said is a chutput war. Now, as a native Hindi speaker, I realize chutput war is not the right expression for it. But I will cut him slack. I will give him the benefit of doubt, because what Operation Sindoor was, it was a limited military exercise, as the government of India and the military have both agreed to, because that is what it was. It was not a full-scale war. Some people in the BJP wanted a full-scale war. Some people that in the BJP ecosystem.
The opposition is saying, "आप गए थे तो POK लेकर के आ जाते वापस, क्यों रुक गए आप इतने में? Why did you hit the pause button?"
That is political rhetoric.
That's very very convenient. When the Congress netas are saying so, it's a political rhetoric. But you want to train guns at the BJP for making similar statements.
Didn't we see government favoring channels running news items about Lahore le liya, Islamabad le liya, Rawalpindi le liya, Karachi port bomb ho gaya, and how embarrassing was that for the Indian nation, for the Indian media? But the BJP leaders were not coming out and saying,
you
no,
have
this
to
is
give
not
some
a war.
clarity on whether the opposition wanted the government to take back POK or not, because every single day that statement is made, and today you're saying BJP ye bol rahi thi.
The opposition wanted the government to take strict action and to be more clear about things when we had a military edge over Pakistan.
Action was not taken during Operation Sindoor.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. During Operation Sindoor, we had a clear military edge over Pakistan. Then why did we need to get into a ceasefire so abruptly, and that too a ceasefire? No, I'm not saying...
That is a very convenient argument. But on one hand, you're saying it was a limited exercise. Then you're saying, why do you hit the pause button? There is some sort of a confusion for sure.
No,
I want to bring in Shehzad Poonawalla. Let me now bring in Shehzad Poonawalla. Shehzad Poonawalla, no clear answers on whether Rafale was shot down or not. And Nikhil Jain also pointing out to the joint briefing of the forces.
And I hope that, like I have heard Nikhil Jain patiently in a courteous debate, he should also have the gumption to listen to me patiently. You know, Swati, we have Akash Tir, with which we stop the incoming drones. But Congress is becoming like Bayanvir's defense system for Pakistan. First of all, you have seen the manner in which he's saying now, Khadge ji ne chutput bola, language error tha. Let's accept language error tha. ये सड़क का गुंडा लैंग्वेज एरर था या ये माइंडसेट का एरर था? ये कारगिल वॉर 5 साल तक नहीं सेलिब्रेट करना है, ये लैंग्वेज एरर था या ये मानसिकता का विषय था? चन्नी जी टू राहुल गांधी, खून की दलाली फॉर सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक, लैंग्वेज एरर था? अजय राय प्लेइंग विद द रफाल, लैंग्वेज एरर था? Operation Sindoor was show off by Manjunath, language error tha. Operation Sindoor failure by Sanjay Rao, this is language error. Anyway, now we will come to the question, not just the Sena ka apman, but also see the kind of Sansad ka apman. Jairam Ramesh, after they have compared Sadak ka Gunda for Sena chief, now they have compared the parliamentarians to whom? To terrorists. That means Supriya Sule is a terrorist. Kanimoji is a terrorist. Rajiv Rai is a terrorist. Abhishek Banerjee is a terrorist. If you support the Indian narrative and you speak against Pakistan, either you are super pravakta of BJP or for Congress you are terrorist. And for Pakistan also we are the enemy. So imagine Congress or Pakistan ka ye kya rishta hai. Imagine the connection. And when has this statement been said? This statement of Revant Reddy and Jairam Ramesh has come just yesterday. Somebody they would like to hear. Shahbaz Sharif has said कि क्या हो गया, फजर की नमाज से पहले ही काम हो गया ब्रह्मोस के द्वारा. He has said before also.
He is also a BJP spokesperson perhaps.
नहीं, he actually is Rahul Gandhi's best friend. Rahul Gandhi and Shahbaz, like they have same energy also. Shahbaz says हम जीत गए, and you know who said 99 पे हम जीत गए. तो दोनों का delulu level जो है, delusional level, दोनों का same है. Shahbaz और Shrinet, दोनों का delusional level same है. But let me come to the, let me just complete.
Clear answers.
Let me come to the main point. Just main point. At the time, 2 things happened yesterday. Shahbaz accepted that what has happened to them, and secondly, the entire Chinese market for the radars, for their drones, for their missiles has collapsed because of the indigenous Indian systems. And lo and behold, who rises to give China the edge? Army of India, Armed Forces has said there's no loss of Indian assets. They have said on 22nd of May. It is on the statement, on record statement. And they have said Operation Sindoor is ongoing. So wait, hold your horses. But these are the people who have asked for proof of surgical strike and Balakot airstrike. Now last question, last point. Just now Congress people are saying कि भाई साहब PM बनते राहुल गांधी तो POK ले लेते. Now I want to come to Nikhil Jain and ask him. इंदिरा जी थी PM 1971 में, लिया क्यों नहीं? United States State Department, they like United States, the State Department has put on their website that Indira, under pressure of United Nations, despite Babu Jagjeevan Ram telling her, did not go for the POK and gave up our 93,000 prisoners of war of Pakistan and did not even take the POK back, did not take 54 soldiers back. Then in 1980s, Rajiv Gandhi was instructed by Ronald Reagan, the letter is there, that do this and do that, talking with Pakistan and do an alignment on Kashmir. Then in 1948, who went and took Kashmir to international forum? Nehruji, against Patel's advice. In 1968, 828 square kilometers were handed over to Pakistan after we defeated them in 1965. And 1974, Indira Gandhi has offered the nuclear technology to Pakistan. It is in the Parliament of India. This is their real face. So now please, Nikhil Jain, tell me, 1971, why you disrespected Babu Jagjeevan Ram?
1948, he starts about why did Nehru take Kashmir to the international forum he shouldn't have had? Probably not. But what was the
Probably
RSS?
not. Great.
Okay, allow him to-
I didn't interject. I didn't.
You're admitting to that.
Great.
I didn't interject him.
Okay.
I'm appreciating. Can I appreciate?
No, please don't.
Okay, don't.
Don't interject.
Nehru is
So
great.
see, Shehzad, you now belong to an ideology where not Nehru is great, Gandhi is not great, only Godse
No,
is
Nehru
great.
is great for taking Kashmir to
Godse के मंदिर बनाते हैं, उन्हें माला पहनाते हैं और बोलते हैं गांधी जी का
पैर किधर हमें छूना चाहता हूँ कश्मीर ले गए
Come back to the issue. You were
I'll
talking
come
about
back to the issue. So he's talking about 1948.
Which was a mistake.
Those were very different circumstances. You cannot now question the decisions that were made by the political leadership of that time. And meanwhile, while the Congress was taking Kashmir to the UN, which they should have had, should not have had, I don't know. But RSS was not ready to accept the constitution. They were busy siding with the British. They thought that it's not the right war to be fighting for independence, but we should rather be making a Hindu Rashtra that should be run by Manusmriti. So let's not get into 1948. About the 1971 war, he talks about how India caved into UN pressure. He talks about how India caved into UN pressure, absolutely forgetting the fact that we split Pakistan into two. Bangladesh, a new nation, was created. 93,000 prisoners of war were taken in the first place. We are a humanitarian country. We are not going to behead all 93,000 prisoners of war.
No, but in this case,
Modi
you
might
wanted to take POK back and have a full-fledged war.
I'm sorry?
But in this case, you wanted them to never hit the pause button, take POK back, have a full-fledged war.
Nobody has ever said, Swati, that don't hit the pause button. The point is that what did we get out of Operation Sindoor from Pakistan? Did Pakistan admit that they were playing into the hands of terror? Did we get Masood Azhar? Have we caught the 5 or 6 people?
Masood Azhar's family was wiped out. He was just a wall away.
I'll tell you what.
He was just a wall away.
He may have been a wall away, but did we force Pakistan?
Pakistani Prime Minister is admitting.
No.
Only yesterday he said that we were waiting for the Fajr ki namaz. Before that, only the BrahMos missiles came and they struck us. So that clears 2 points. That clearly Jaishankar hasn't informed them anything. Had Jaishankar informed them about our BrahMos missiles coming their way, they would have been able to stop it. Nobody can, but they would have still been able to stop.
No.
So they had no information prior to that.
No.
I want to bring in
just let me complete 20 seconds. It is not I or somebody from the Congress who said Jaishankar informed them. Jaishankar himself said that at the start
of the operation. He never said before the. He never said before the operation.
The strikes will happen.
DGMO said
the strikes will happen after the start of the operation. You won't have strikes and then
Nikhil, the operation is ongoing. The External Affairs Minister said at the start, the DGMO said in the immediate wake. In the immediate wake of the operation.
Let me
okay, I have to move on very quickly.
Let me just address the most important point that I was trying to make. I am saying that when we had the military edge over Pakistan, why did we not coerce and force Pakistan to give up Masood Azhar? I don't care Masood Azhar's family members that die. He's a radical. He sends his own family members.
Okay, take a rebuttal.
Let me congratulate Nikhil Jain, and I hope he won't interrupt. Let me congratulate him. He said we had a decisive edge. But guess who said it's a failure? Sanjay Raut. Then break your relation with Sanjay Raut. Secondly, who said it is show off and should put? Your leaders said it. Condemn them. Secondly, I agree and I congratulate Nikhil Jain. He has, though he's not official, they might call him super pravakta of BJP from tomorrow. He has said, yes, Nehruji took it to 1948 to United Nations and he made Kashmir an international issue. Thank you very much for that. And 93,000 soldiers were taken by Sam Manekshaw and his team. Indira Gandhi नहीं गई थी वहाँ पे फावड़ा लेकर. हाँ, Indira Gandhi ने मंच पे दे दिया.
Operation Sindoor में Indira Gandhi.
Okay, Mr. Jain. Okay, all right. I want to go across to other guests. Okay, all right. Professor Swami, the allegation is that the opposition and the Congress party, of course, part of the opposition, is constantly giving fodder to Pakistan, in a way, perhaps giving them a clean chit. And those Congress MPs who are putting India first are being called super spokespersons of the BJP. Now, Salman Khurshid also spoke about abrogation of 370, and after 370 abrogation, how the elections happened there, prosperity came back to Kashmir. Will he also be called the BJP super spokesperson for speaking for India?
Swati, there is so much of confusion. I do not understand as to what is the real situation. You started the debate with one mention that the war is over. And everybody in the government is saying Operation Sindoor is not over, it's still on. I don't know. I even do not know.
So there's nothing happening on the battlefield at the moment. There is a ceasefire understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
Second thing, I do not know. 8 times Donald Trump has said, repeatedly he has said, he has brokered the peace. And Mr. Modi is not making any statement. And you started this statement that Congress is playing in the hand of Pakistan. Jaishankar is playing in the hands of Pakistan. Jaishankar, the IFS officer, who was the Secretary External Affairs, who was Ambassador to America, doesn't even know that in a press conference you should not say, prior to the attack we informed.
He never said prior, sir.
Prior.
Was that the one he said prior to the attack or before the commencement?
Let me
said at the start.
Let me complete.
No, he never said prior to the attack.
I will leave debate or he will leave debate.
You know, that is the whole problem. He said at the start of the operation.
Prior and start is same. Prior and start is same.
Then the DGMO is also playing in the hands.
DGMO is a Lieutenant General level officer. Over him is the External Affairs Secretary. Over to him is External Affairs Minister. Over to him is the Prime Minister. Prime Minister not making any statement. And External Affairs Minister is saying that start of the war, we
every single day the Prime Minister is speaking, sir. Then you are saying that you politics kar rahe hain.
Please listen. Please listen. Please listen. Stop him.
No, that was Nikhil Jain.
Mr. Shashi Tharoor. Mr. Shashi Tharoor makes a statement that at the time of the Pathankot attack, Mr. Modi personally contacted Nawaz Sharif to send the ISI team for investigation. So that means that one plate biryani that Mr. Modi ate in the wedding of the granddaughter of Nawaz Sharif, we are paying the price. Is the country paying the price for that? He ate a biryani. He went without being invited, and we are paying the price for it. 26 widows who will answer for their Sindoor. And I will tell you one thing, BJP should be aware. Agar सनातनियों के यहाँ सिंदूर लेके पहुंचे इतने लट पड़ेंगे गिन नहीं पाएंगे।
कौन सिंदूर लेकर के जा रहा है सर?
कह रहे हैं सिंदूर भेजेंगे।
सिंदूर डाली किसको दे रहे हैं? मास वेडिंग्स में जो ब्राइड्स हैं उनको एज पार्ट ऑफ द वेडिंग गिफ्ट दिया जाएगा।
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ग्लैड दैट यू फैक्ट चेक कि प्रायर शब्द इस्तेमाल ही नहीं हुआ था, इट वाज एट द स्टार्ट. सी हाउ दे लाई इन फ्रंट ऑफ नेशनल टीवी. सेकेंडली he said that 8 times Trump ने बोला इनको वैसे they like everything foreign from AOUM to you know whom. Let me not get into it. They like everything foreign. Trump ने खुद ने बोला I did not do the mediation but उसको छोड़ देते. सलमान खुर्शीद की तो मानो. सलमान खुर्शीद ने भी बोला मनीष तिवारी का मानो. चलो थरूर तो सुपर प्रवक्ता हो गए. उनकी मानो. और इन्होंने बोला PM has not spoken. Now I am giving you with dates. Okay, please listen. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. When he has spoken, I will tell you with the dates on Trump issue. Vikram Misri has spoken on 10th May. 12th May PM when he was speaking, he said पाकिस्तान के DGMO ने कॉल किया हमारे DGMO को. He has said this in Bikaner also. Please do not.
अब जवाब ले लीजिए.
Now Swati, this is not the way to do the debate. Swati, this is not the way. I have not interrupted it. Please keep it.
Go ahead.
Please
जवाब ले लीजिए सर.
Now let me complete.
पूरा बोलने.
Then 22nd of then.
प्रोफेसर स्वामी आप सुनना चाहते हैं? आप सुनना चाहते हैं सर? सुनना चाहते हैं आप? You have raised allegations. You have raised allegations. नहीं आप शुरू कर रहे हैं. नहीं आप शुरू कर रहे हैं सर. 1 second.
If he interrupts, I will.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to turn. I have already interrupted.
Okay, Professor Swami.
I will not.
Okay, Shehzad and Professor. 1 second.
ये Turkish drone आएगा तो S400.
नहीं 1 second. Let's not do that. 1 second. हाँ जवाब दीजिए.
हाँ विक्रम मिश्री 10th में, PM मोदी 12th में रणधीर जायसवाल, 22nd में जयशंकर जी in his interview, then Trump himself admitted, then Manish Tiwari also admitted, Salman Khurshid also admitted. अपने तो नेताओं की मानो कि there was no mediation. Mediation वो होता है when Rahul Gandhi goes on foreign soil and says US UK should intervene. Mediation वो होता है जो IWT में अपने वर्ल्ड बैंक को लेकर आ गए थे. Mediation वो होता है जो रोनाल्ड रेगन राजीव गांधी को बोल रहे थे. Now final point. सनातनी है हम भाई. ओहो अभी राहुल गांधी ने बोला राम जी इज अ मिथिकल पर्सन, इज अ मिथिकल कैरेक्टर. ये तब उनको सनातन याद नहीं आया. और ये सरकारी हज बांटते फिरते सरकारी हज ले जाने के लिए ठीक था. सिंदूर कोई बांटने का प्रोग्राम नहीं है. यू आर अ सीरियल लायर. एक बात मैं कह दूं कान खोल के सुन लो कि जिन्होंने सिंदूर को मिटाने का काम किया है उनको हमने मिट्टी में मिला दिया है. मिट्टी में मिलाते रहेंगे.
Vivek Salas. Allow Vivek Salas to come in.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that is why today I thought I'll not talk anything about politics. I'll just talk what Mr. AP Singh, the chief of Indian Air Force, said. He said that the government is weakening the forces. We have 42 squadrons in our country, that is the Air Force. squadrons. At the moment, only 30 are operational. That is what he said. And out of those 30, only 28 are working on the capacity. He added that the contracts that the government of India has been making with for the Tejas, for the Rafales, etc., have not been fulfilled. उन्होंने कहा कि आप ऐसी promises मत किया करिए जो कि आप fulfill नहीं कर सकते हैं. That has been said by Mr. A.P. Singh, the Chief of Indian Air Force. It is not the Samajwadi Party or the India Alliance that is talking about it. It is and Mr. Rajnath Singh, the Defense Minister, was sharing the same stage. He should have resigned just before getting down from the stage, because it was absolutely clear, and there were people also in the audience who saw it. You cannot deny from that.
Yes,
and if you see what, just a minute,
Yeah.
what Mr. Ranveer Pathania said about Indian Air Force. Udhampur में तो हमारी Indian Air Force सो रही थी. वो तो नालायक है. What is this going on? You are insulting and weakening and demoralizing our defense forces. That is the real face of the
Yes,
Bharatiya
Chaudhary
Janata
wants to
Party.
come in. Yes, Chaudhary wants to come in.
Give me 2 minutes. I've been listening to all of you, so I would be doing two things. One is we're going to have a delegation comparison. So let's compare what our government have sent as our seven teams which are going as delegation right now. They're putting across India standing against terrorism. Now let's see what happens when Congress goes abroad as a delegation. Let me put out US 2024. India is an unfair country. Rahul Gandhi. 2023 UK. Indian democracy under attack. Rahul Gandhi. Okay. Then we also, every time Rahul Gandhi goes abroad, someone in Islamabad or Beijing smiles. You know, China and India refers to Rahul Gandhi's statements in international meetings and defecting their criticism. It's been happening for a while. When they've been speaking about all the action and not been action, when there was not even a single plane bought in the UPA government. Modi government has gone ahead and bought Rafales. There were talks about corruption and commission, and nothing actually happened on the ground when UPA was there. Another thing I would like to say, what is the connection of the MOU signed by Congress Party with CCP? Like, what is happening on that front? Why is Congress Party never criticized anything which is done by China? So my point is, when our delegation is going abroad and they're exposing the Pakistan's face as the terrorist's face, when our army has gone and put the people on the ground who has attacked India at 26/11 as well, when Congress was sitting down and did not do anything. When that attack happened, there were people, hundreds of people died in that. No one really went ahead and fought for those people because army was standing, and no permission was given to the army. Now with everything happening, what happens is when our people are going abroad, we have Jairam Rameshji calling them terrorists, comparing them to terrorists. On the other side, there are Congress leaders who go and say Osama ji. You know, we have heard that in the past. So they call Osama ji and they call Owaisi a terrorist, right? So that's what's been happening.
Shekhar Iyer, before your opening remarks before
Swati, I think, last debate also the same thing came, which was what is so Congress upset about? And Congress, here when I say Congress, it is Rahul Gandhi and co. It's not the entire Congress party, number one. Number two, I have very reliable information. When Salman Khurshid conveyed to the party high command that he has been approached by the government and he is going, he was told by somebody speaking on behalf of Rahul Gandhi, okay, you go, but ensure that you put the Congress viewpoint in all the deliberations you do and wherever you speak abroad. That is a point I understand Mr. Khurshid conveyed to that interlocutor who spoke on behalf of Rahul Gandhi, that look, I am representing government of India, the country, the Republic of India. Yeah, I am not going there to speak about what we would say speak in parliament. This is about presenting our case against acts of terrorism in Pakistan, the cross-border terrorism, the Pahalgam incident, and how India responded in a very responsible way in the Operation Sindoor. This Salman Khurshid also reminded the interlocutor to tell Rahul Gandhi, look, I am a former Union Minister, Minister of State for External Affairs. I don't need guidance like this, and this is one of the stupidest things to suggest that I should go as a part of a delegation representing India and talk about Rahul Gandhi's views. That is one. Number two, what is the plot that the Congress has lost? What is the worst worry of the Congress, particularly Rahul Gandhi? Does he fear that somewhere along all his allegations are stand on thin water? Does he fear that ultimately people by and large across the country feel that Operation Sindoor was a good response, measured response, calibrated response to what happened in Pahalgam? Number two. Number three, the bigger worry is, and he feels isolated. Rahul Gandhi and co feel isolated. And leaders like Mallikarjun Kharge or Jairam Ramesh, they are caught in a trap where they have to defend day in and day out Rahul Gandhi. This is not shared by rank and file of the Congress, Swati. I speak with responsibility. I speak to a number of Congress leaders. They are upset with what has happened. They are wondering, where are we headed to? Are we not a party that has a legacy of ruling this country for more than 50 years?
Is that the reason for the chaos and confusion?
And they're completely shocked by what is happening. And they feel that probably Rahul Gandhi is so obsessed with his own failures and with a feeling that despite 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Congress is not getting anywhere, his leadership is not getting anywhere. In the times to come, when it comes to issue of India's defense, India's preparedness. And I want to make a last comment about the Air Force Chief's comment. Air Force Chief didn't say it for the first time. He said it last time. And what was the context? He said public sector undertakings like Hindustan Aeronautics have not delivered. And there have been, and he also said, I don't blame HAL. There have been problems in getting the engine. There are several, and this development of advanced jet aircraft, fighter jet, it has been a long-standing problem. That is one. Number two, who was responsible for the 10-year delay in us acquiring Rafale? If today AFOS finds that there is a paucity of strike units, who is responsible
and you
for
making
the 10
a story
years?
here. What are you doing for the last 11 years?
Allow him to finish.
Who was responsible for delay in choosing this multi-role aircraft Rafale? What was the consideration? Why was it delayed? And today they say that we chose Rafale. If you chose Rafale, what delayed between 2004 and 14? Was it because those who were negotiating on behalf of the Congress party were looking for a commission?
Nikhil Jain.
Swati, I'll restrict the points I make to the defense and to what has been done. I will not target the BJP so as to not derail the...
But will you respond to Shekhar Iyer?
100% I would. So first of all, the Rafale deal that the Congress party was negotiating, that was for about 600 crores per aircraft. What this government has finally gotten is 1600 crores. I'm not saying that the Congress would have gotten it for 600, but this allegation that Congress was looking for a commission, that does not make sense. Number two, whenever military acquisitions are made, they don't happen in a split second. A lot of years of trials and testing by the Indian... Sir. A lot of trials and testing
explain the 10 years. That is what the Air Force Chief is saying.
So when the Air Force Chief says the same thing, it's against the BJP, and Rajnath Singh should have resigned before he got down the stage.
No.
But when Shekhar Iyer is asking about delay in UP, you are saying there are technicalities involved.
Swati, Yash also earlier made a point that no aircrafts were bought during the UP era. That's an absolute lie. I can give you the proofs for it. Over 600 aircrafts and helicopters were bought for the three forces, including HAL Tejas Mk1, Pilatus PC-7 Mk2 trainers, Lockheed Martin C-130J, Boeing C-17 Globemaster, MiL Mi-17 V5 helicopters, and quite a lot of them, Mirage 2000. Also, a point was raised about the MOU of the Congress party with China. First of all, if there is indeed an MOU like that, which the BJP has been harping about for so many years, why do they not put it out in public domain? Or why do they not go after the Congress party or the supposed people who signed such an MOU? There exists nothing like that, as the BJP claims. They also say that the Congress party do not target China. They're forgetting the fact that Rahul Gandhi continuously targets this government for not speaking up when China
on one hand, he wants the government to speak against China. On the other hand, he'll make videos of the Chinese drone and, hail their technology, keep promoting.
But does he not talk about the fact that
Did he speak about the Akash Tir? Did he speak about the indigenous weapons? Did he speak about the indigenous weapons?
Swati, please.
Nikhil Jain.
Swati, please.
इंडिया के इंडिजिनस वेपन्स की बात की क्या? चाइनीज ड्रोन वो दिखा सकते हैं, इंडिया के इंडिजिनस वेपन्स की बात नहीं कर सकते. 1 second, Shehzad.
15 seconds, 26/11 attack. Nothing was done. That is the claim by the BJP side. I'll tell you what was done. First of all, NSG were put on the ground. All the terrorists.
There was a delay in that.
There was a delay.
There was a delay.
I agree. There was a delay, but except one, all the terrorists were neutralized. That terrorist was tried.
That terrorist was caught by Tukaram Omble.
It was
because of Mr. Omble.
Obviously, the police and the armed forces.
It was because of Mr. Omble It was because of Mr. Omble that Ajmal Kasam. 1 second. They should have been asked about the intel failure, sir. जो कपड़े बदल के वहाँ जा रहे थे.
Let me respond. Swati, you have to ask the modern.
कपड़े बदलने के बाद 10 बार कपड़े बदलने के बाद टेरर टूरिज्म करने के बाद 10 seconds on the response. Take a response.
Please get some order in the debate.
आपस में बात मत कीजिए. Take a response.
There are 5 points which I have carefully noted down from their end. I'm answering them. So before they jump into the other things, let me answer these first 5 queries. As far as the MOU between Rahul Gandhi and China is concerned, there's a photo for it. Supreme Court, in fact, said that the Congress should disclose it. But I am saying that forget everything else. You took money from China in RGF. What are you saying, sir? Anyway, छोड़ देते हैं. अरे यार भाई, is there a problem with him? कुछ problem है इनको? कुछ समस्या है क्या इनकी? अब मुझे बात
give you a chance to counter that.
एक-एक करके जवाब दे रहा हूँ ना. अब देखिए वो साहब का ही मैं उठा लेता हूँ. देखिए मैं आपको तस्वीर के माध्यम से दिखाता हूँ. फर्क क्या होता है? This Yasin Malik convicted terrorist getting biryani in Manmohan Singh's office, and now he was grabbed by the collar and he was taken back. This was 26/11 के बाद they were saying Hindu terror था, and today we have given the befitting response, whether it is surgical strike, whether it is Balakot, or whether it is the Operation Sindoor. And even today, 6 months ago, Vijay Vadativar said that it is Hindu terror 26/11. No wonder, now I'm coming to, I think Mr. Silas has made the most relevant points and it deserves to be answered by the BJP. And 1.1, I'm going to answer. Silas ji ne Air Force Chief ko quote kiya, although he was quoting the HAL, and the same HAL is recording the record profits today, and he has got 62,000 crore contract from MOD for LCH. But, sir, you know, one more Air Force Marshal, Air Force Chief has made a statement after 26/11, Fali Major. He has spoken 2 times now. Manmohan Singh ji, please attack kar lo. क्यों नहीं किया? क्यों नहीं किया? इनफैक्ट मनमोहन सिंह जी जाके बोल के आया कि नहीं अच्छा अटैक नहीं किया. दिस वाज आवर उपलब्धि. बलूचिस्तान में हम इन्वॉल्व ये बोलकर आ गए. नाउ कमिंग टू सर 10 seconds more. Sir, coming to the next point. Now you have spoken about the statements of the various leaders. I, without if and but, condemn all the negative statements. In fact, Qureshi ji's sister was with the Prime Minister. You tell me, have you met, Akhilesh ji has met Shubham Dwivedi? And what has been said about the cast of Yumika Singh and Ram Gopal Yadav? Please do not Rahul Gandhi और अखिलेश एक हो गए.
ये समाजवादी पार्टी के स्पोक्सपर्सन.
सुनिए,
ये समाजवादी पार्टी.
Swati, please do not allow.
आज मिल रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री.
Please.
Yes.
I am asking, please, Mr. Swami, please control yourself. Control, Uday, control. अभी सुनिए. ऐसा है कि I am only asking one question, that I have condemned Mr. Pathania, you condemn Ram Gopal Yadav. And last point, Akhil Swami has made a very big statement, and I'm shocked that there's no reaction from Vivek Silas. You know why? He has said Anil Ambani got the commission in Rafale. Supreme Court had seen Rafale. Anil Ambani is best friends with you know whom? Mulayam Singh and Akhilesh Singh Yadav. That means, sir, Vivek ji, Silas ji, Anil Ambani को मिला commission. बताइए जरा उनको.
Vivek ji, your turn to counter.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी से क्या रिश्ता?
Your turn to counter.
गुजराती.
केवल गुजराती.
These allegations are for Vivek Silas.
You know what relations the Bharatiya Janata Party have with the Adanis and the Ambanis? You know, I don't have to speak about this.
What was the relation of Anil Ambani and Mukesh?
The viewers who are watching us, they all know about it.
Okay.
They all know about it.
He showed a picture, comparison with 26/11, and they were showing that Hindutva did it. Exactly the same narrative was set by Congress this time as well, when Robert Vadra, 24 hours into an attack, went into and said Hindutva did it. Congress has this face where they would go and speak against Hindutva. They'll try to undermine India's position on international forum, and that's what they've been doing, and that's what they're doing right now. When we are saying there's an ongoing operation going on, it's a diplomatic operation. It's not going on the battlefield right now. It's happening on the diplomatic front. But every time when there is a delegation which is going out and they're speaking, there's someone from the Congress, be it Al Kalama, be it Ghulam Mir, be it Karnataka MLA Manjunath, be it Congress President himself.
Or Mr. Swami. Or Mr. Swami. Swami is going to be on Pakistani TV tomorrow. He has said BJP.
Okay, all right. Professor Swami. Professor Swami. Like Shekhar Iyer asked at the beginning, I want to just repeat that question. What has upset the Congress party so much that Jairam Ramesh in one breath, I'm not saying कि उन्होंने बिल्कुल यही कहा कि आतंकवादी और सांसद एक जैसे हैं, बट इन वन ब्रेथ टू से कि आतंकवादी भी घूम रहे हैं, हमारे सांसद भी घूम रहे हैं, या शशि थरूर को बोलना कि सुपर स्पोक्स पर्सन है ये बीजेपी के, तो आप लोगों के मतलब कांग्रेस पार्टी के अपने नेता है ना, सो व्हाट इज कांग्रेस पार्टी गेटिंग आउट ऑफ टारगेटिंग देम?
मैं बताऊं, किस चीज से कांग्रेस अपसेट है? कांग्रेस इस बात से अपसेट है, शशि थरूर ने यह कहा पठानकोट अटैक के बाद मोदी जी ने पर्सनली फोन करके नवाज शरीफ से कहा था आईएसआई की टीम भेज दीजिए, और एक प्लेट बिरयानी की कीमत देश ने चुकाई। आईएसआई ने हमारे सारे अंदर के मैप्स देख लिए। पठानकोट, ये पहली बार हुआ हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास में। पठानकोट में आईएसआई को मोदी जी ने केवल इसलिए बुलाया क्योंकि 1 महीने पहले जाके बिरयानी खा के आए थे। ये शशि थरूर ने कहा। शशि थरूर ने तो कफन में असली कीट ठोट की है।
तो फिर आप लोग क्यों नाराज हैं? तो आप लोग उनको सुपर स्पोक्सपर्सन बीजेपी के क्यों कह रहे हैं?
कांग्रेसी नहीं,
मैं कह रही हूँ कांग्रेसी क्यों कह रहे हैं?
कांग्रेसी।
जब आप कांग्रेस को डिफेंड करते हैं, एक मिनट, कांग्रेस पर जब एलिगेशन लगता है कांग्रेस को डिफेंड करते हैं,
पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू
सवाल पूछ रही हूँ,
अपनी पूरी जायदाद पंडित मोतीलाल नेहरू ने।
लेकिन आज तो हम पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू पर चर्चा नहीं कर रहे हैं ना। मेरा सवाल बहुत सिंपल है। नहीं, मैं इंदिरा गांधी जी की भी बात नहीं कर रही हूँ, मैंने इंदिरा गांधी जी की भी बात नहीं की। तो आज तो ये दोनों नेता नहीं है, ये स्वर्गीय नेता हो गए। इस बार तो लीडरशिप अलग है। इस लीडरशिप के तहत इस लीडर किस बेसिस पर
गांधी पीएम होता, पीओके हमारा होता।
हाँ, तो आर्म फोर्सेस का कोई रोल ही नहीं। राहुल गांधी जाते पीओके ले आते।
अरे ये लोग गाली दे रहे हैं एयरफोर्स ऑफिसर्स को।
तो एक सेकंड, नो 1 सेकंड,
ये तो एयरफोर्स ऑफिसर्स
नहीं, तो एक सेकंड, तो आप ये कह रहे हैं नहीं, आप एक मिनट, आप कह रहे हैं इसमें आपको लगता है कि राहुल गांधी को क्रेडिट दिया जाना चाहिए, और अगर राहुल गांधी प्राइम मिनिस्टर होते तब आपके लिए पॉलिटिकल विल इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती है। लेकिन जब ये सरकार अपने पॉलिटिकल विल की बात करती है तब आपको लगता है कि क्रेडिट
ये सरकार चीनी राष्ट्रपति को झूला झुलाती है, पाकिस्तान बिना बुलाए जाके बिरयानी खाती है, और ये मोदी जी करते हैं। जो कारगिल हुआ था, क्योंकि उस समय अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी बस यात्रा निकाल रहे थे, मुशर्रफ देश के अंदर बैठा था, मेरे जवानों की मौत हुई है। पुलवामा के अंदर 40 जवानों की मौत हुई है। इंक्वायरी हुई, किसने मारा, क्यों मारा, आरडीएक्स क्यों घूमा, बताया आज तक हमें? मेरे देश को, जवानों को और हमारे शहीदों को मरवाने वाले जो हैं, इनको नरक में भी जगह नहीं मिलेगी।
ओके, शेखर अय्यर।
Well, Swati, we are actually paying the price for the kind of bluff and bluster that we are witnessing here as well as outside, that has characterized Rahul Gandhi's response to every action of government. Rahul Gandhi has every right to question government, but this is a moment when everyone is feeling proud of the way India is a mature democracy. A country that plays a leading role has responded to a situation, and that calibrated, and we kept on saying that it is non-escalatory, not because we are scared of anything. That is to show when you have enough power comes with enough responsibility. That's the message that went. That is being appreciated by people from Salman Khurshid to Shashi Tharoor. And let me make it very clear.
झूठ बोल रहा है। एक बार कहते हैं डोनाल्ड ट्रंप झूठ बोल रहा है।
मल्टीपल फोरम से कहा जा चुका है, ट्रेड का कोई सवाल नहीं होता है। मल्टीपल, क्या बात आप कर रहे हैं? एमईए ने कहा कि ट्रेड का कोई सवाल नहीं उठता है। द पाकिस्तानी डीजीएमओ कॉल्ड अस, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को उनकी अपनी टीम के लोग नहीं सपोर्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, और इंडिया में डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को आप लोग हेल कर रहे हैं।
आप लोग तो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को हवन कर रहे थे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी वाले हवन करा रहे थे।
कंप्लीट करने दीजिए।
Let me just say one thing at the finally. Look, whether it is Kadiburi, whether it is Asauddin Owaisi, their politics is not being pro-BJP. Or Supriya Sule at this moment. All these leaders they pursue an anti-Prime Minister, anti-BJP line, which they will pursue later also when they come back, when it comes to domestic politics. But when it comes to the question of India, post-Pahalgam and post-Operation Sindoor, they feel they have been called upon to do a task and they are performing. And the problem is Rahul Gandhi feels left out. This is something for him to ask himself, why has he been left out?
The history says it all, right?
Okay, Shehzad, क्यों आप लोग counter नहीं कर रहे हैं what Donald Trump is saying? Donald Trump keeps on taking credit on not saying anything.
I'll answer that question. Forget, I have given you the 7 instances when we countered Donald Trump. अरे भाई चुप रहो ना, भाई चुप रहो ना। स्वामी नाम में बर्ताव भी तो स्वामी जैसा करो। दानव जैसा बर्ताव है आपका, हर चीज में बीच में ड्रोन की तरफ
पर्सनल अटैक्स नहीं,
ड्रोन है इंसान,
पर्सनल अटैक्स और पर्सनल जाइब्स
ड्रोन है,
नहीं पर्सनल जाइब्स नहीं, पर्सनल जाइब्स नहीं,
ये टर्किश ड्रोन।
सर मैं उनको कह रही हूँ कि पर्सनल जाइब्स।
सुन लीजिए, मैंने कान खोल के मैल निकाल के सुनिए, कान में मैल निकाल के सुनिए। अब सुनिए, ट्रंप के बारे में जो ये बार बार कह रहे हैं, भाई ट्रंप ने तो स्वयं माना, ट्रंप के कोर्ट ने माना कि जो कह रहा था कि इंडिया पाकिस्तान की हमने ब्रोकर करा दी है और हमने टैरिफ इस्तेमाल किया है, ट्रंप के कोर्ट ने नहीं माना। पर आप ट्रंप के ऊपर लगे हुए हैं, तो मैं बोल रहा हूं, ये देखिए, सुन लीजिए, सैफुद्दीन सोज, पाकिस्तान का तो भरोसा कर दो। दे आर सेइंग दे हैव नॉट डन टेरर अटैक, व्हाई स्टॉप IWT? इनको पाकिस्तान पे भरोसा है भाई। पाकिस्तान इज आर वेरी गुड नेशन, यू नो हु सेड,
बिरयानी खाने
अरे सुन लो ना भाई, चुप रहो एक
मिनट।
बीके हरि प्रसाद has said that for us Pakistan is not enemy, it is for BJP on record statement, and Pakistan was given most favored nation status by whom? Dr. Manmohan Singh after 26/11. Now last point sir, last point ना लाई तो आप करते रहो लाई। ऐसा है कि इन्होंने अभी बोला था कि एडवांस नोटिस दिस दैट आर्मी फोर्सेस 94 में this guy's government has given the agreement that we will tell advance movement of the troops to Pakistan. एडवांस मूवमेंट ऑफ द ट्रूप्स, कहां ट्रूप जाएगा, कहां हमारा सोल्जर रहेगा, ये स्वामी जी के लोग जो है फोन करेंगे, शाबाश शाबाश, सुन देख 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 आर्मी।
All right, I have to wrap up. Just one second, gentlemen. Okay, I have to wrap up. I can just accommodate, one line of closing comments, Professor Swami. Just one line. That's all the time I have for.
इंदिरा गांधी की कमी देश महसूस कर रहा है,
विवेक साइलेंस।
इंदिरा गांधी की।
I think the ceasefire that has been done by Indian has said it was a call from DGMO from Pakistan and we did it. तो क्या DGMO पाकिस्तान इतने आपके इतने अच्छे भक्त या इतने अच्छे दोस्त हो गए कि उनका एक फोन आया और आपने ceasefire कर दिया?
15 seconds because he's made a number of points about the 1991 agreement. It's a bilateral.
Comments, please. I don't have the time.
91 agreement is a bilateral agreement. Both the parties have the same rights and obligations. And most favored nation.
Yes, Chaudhary.
Most favored nation is a lie. Most favored nation. But he's lying on your show, Swati. You should be corrected.
That's your closing comment. He's lying. All right.
Standing against the Indian delegation right now, standing against 140 crore Indians at this moment.
Okay, Shekhar Iyer.
Well, this is a time for resolve. This is a time for unity. This is a time to understand countries, above all of us. All of petty politics have time. There is enough time after all this.
Okay, Shehzad.
They have given clean sheet to Pakistan by saying BJP terrorists did this. So I think that they'll be on Pakistani news tomorrow. Akhil Swami.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We're wrapping up national debate with that. The opposition says we've achieved nothing. They have a lot of questions that they want the government to answer. The government, on the other hand, the BJP, on the other hand, hitting back, saying that the opposition is only giving fodder to Pakistan. Thank you for watching.